Well, g'day, Tony Ernst here, and we're going to talk about show nerves today. Anyone have a problem with that? Look, I don't know anyone that doesn't have a problem with that. A few people tell me they don't, and then you see them cut, and the nerves obviously get to them. So there's a couple of things, my favourite acronym for fear is false evidence appearing real. And, and basically what it comes back to is success is when preparedness and the opportunity meet. So my advice is, first and foremost, make sure you're prepared. Make sure your horse is as trained as you think he might be at home, like you think he might be at home. But when you get him away from the house, and it's a whole different thing. Or you even change climate. Sometimes it's a different thing. You travel a long way and it's cooler when you get to the show venue. But if you can practice, go to lots and lots of practice days and pre-works. The whole thing about this, the people that get nervous, is it's usually to do with people that just don't show enough. So they go to one or two major shows a year and expect to excel. So you get good at what you do most of. So if you can go to lots and lots of practice days, go to lots of different pens, and this is all the stuff you do in the training process. I remember Smart Little Lena as a 2-year-old, he went to every dogfight. Every time that we went somewhere, I put him in the trailer, and he went with Bill and I. So that's the thing you can do. Is the things you can take care of is first and foremost is make sure your horse is prepared. Make sure you know how to show whatever the event is. Doesn't matter whether it's a reining event or a dressage test. Make sure you know the pattern, and so that eliminates that out of the fear process. You're confident then. So then you might want to write down a couple of things. Write down all the things that you would think you'd be afraid of going to the show. False evidence appearing real. Remember what I said? So if you write down, like, what's the worst possible scenario that can happen to you? I don't know, maybe your horse fall down, or you forget a pattern, or you lose a cow. Hopefully you're still going to be okay on Monday morning. So write some of them things down. Say, am I really afraid of that? Is that going to really affect me? Because this is a conscious brain decision to be afraid. The subconscious just does what you normally do. So if you go to lots of shows, lots of pre-works, you're going to take that out of the equation. So when you wrote down all those things and you've eliminated all those things that you could possibly be afraid of, then the next thing is to make sure you get to the show. I try to get there the day before and lope your horse down in that show arena, that new arena that he doesn't know yet, and that you're going to be nervous in. Get in that arena, and I mean, don't sit around and visit with your neighbours. Get in there and I mean, hit him at the high trot or at the lope, and get him nice and tired in that arena the day before. So next morning when you go to show, it's second nature to him. It's not going to be a problem to him. Then the next things you can do to take care of your own personal self on show day, do the breathing process that I teach. It's a 3-level breathing process that was taught to me by the Kung Fu Chinese guys. And if you can study that through my website, tonyernst.com.au, do that. Something else I do is sit up in the bleachers and get somebody else to maybe lope your horse for you on show day or to take that edge off him, just so that you're not pecking on him. I see a lot of people, their horses are trained and they're ready, but the nerves get them, and you see them in the back there just pecking on them horses and just annoying them. So by the time you go down there to have your run, your horse is about half annoyed, okay? So, because you don't do that to him at home, you lope him around 2 or 3 times and go work a cow or do your circles or whatever it is, whatever your event is. So then the next thing is, if you can do the breathing process, set up in the bleachers, think about things that you need to do at home and get your mind away from there a little bit while someone else is doing just the long trotting of your horse or preparation of your horse. And then of course the next thing is I'll sometimes take my feet out of the irons once I get on my horse and do my ankles round and round and round, and just to get some blood flow back into my legs again right before I go to the herd, or if I'm going in a reining pattern or whatever it is I'm going to do, just to remind myself that I have legs, okay? So anyway, there's a couple of hints that I might give you. Make sure that you take all the things out of the equation that you can control. Go down there and study the cattle. Make sure, and if you can't pick your own cattle, if you're a cutter or in the rein cow horse, even in the camp draft, have somebody else advise you on the cattle. Have somebody else who's a good cow picker that go down there and tell you how to get your cows cut. You'll probably get them cut if somebody tells you how to do it because you've been doing it at the house with your trainer. Anyway, there's a few hints. If you've got any more questions, you can always contact me on question night that's coming up pretty soon. But good luck with your showing. Remember that success is where preparedness and opportunity meet.